Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a video on stress and motivation. So I felt bad that I wasn't putting up a study with me today, and I'm sorry I look really pale. For some reason when I wear cream jumpers it just doesn't do a lot for my skin tone, especially when I'm wearing the studio lights, but I really like this jumper so I'm going to keep on wearing it. So many of you have been commenting on my study with me being like, I'm so stressed, I can't get motivated. And girl, I feel you, or boy, I feel you, or no gender, I feel you. I have had the day off revision today because I woke up really late, which was literally so weird because I never sleep through my alarm. But today my brain was just, I couldn't get out of bed, like I physically couldn't get out of bed. And when I did get out of bed, I did an hour and a half, and then I literally had such, like, I had ringing in my ears, and my brain was like, right, okay, not today, Felicia, stop trying to revise. So I've had the day off. I've just been watching Graham Norton show, tidying my room, just doing things I needed to do, I suppose. And I realised that I haven't filmed a sit down video in a while, and that I've really been neglecting my sort of self and just stuff that I usually do. And that sort of inspired me to sit down and make a video, and the number one topic that everyone was requesting was stress motivation. So I'm going to split this video into two parts, the first half being how to motivate yourself, and the second half being how to sort of deal with stress. I'd just like to say sorry for the very haphazard background. Obviously I've got my post-it notes up, which are critics' quotes for English, and the Duchess of Malfi one is not quite finished, so it's not quite as aesthetically pleasing as I would like it to be, and I don't really like the whole post-it note background anyway, so sorry about that, but it's going to be around until June now. So I'm sorry as well about the dog in the background. I know you guys hate me apologising, but she's just breathing really heavily. Jess, shh. I'm sure me talking will drown that out. So first section is motivation. I think that this is one of the hardest things for people to do, to revise. So I, for some reason, I'm just quite naturally motivated, like most of the time. I obviously have down days, down months, but you know, in general I am quite a motivated person, but I have a few things that I do to sort of boost my motivation when I need it. So I'm just going to go through those. So the first one is rewards. This is my biggest one, is that if you notice when I study with me, I always finish revising like 6-7 o'clock, and actually in 4 out of the 6 study with me's that I've done, I've gone out in the evening, which is kind of my motivation. So today I'm going to see Paddington, which is a nice reward for all of the revision I've done today. Not. But for example, tomorrow I'm going out to see the Panto because it's New Year's Eve, so I will do a lot of revision in the day because I know I've got something to look forward to in the evening. And it doesn't even have to be something as big as that. I remember last Christmas, and for all of the holidays actually, for A-level, like AS level, I'd do 3 hours of work, and then my reward would be 2 episodes of Friends, and that did enough for me. Like, you've got something to look forward to. If you don't have something to look forward to, you're really not pushed to like do your best revision wise, I find. It could just be having your favourite thing for lunch as a reward. It could be your favourite episode of a TV show, your favourite film, but don't let your reward take longer than your actual revision period. So if you're revising all day and then you're like, oh, as a reward I'm going to go on a holiday to Tenerife, might not work as well. But I think little things in the evenings, or perhaps a day off to just do something that you enjoy, that's definitely a reward, and it's really motivating. Second thing is study with me's. So I'm not trying to plug my own series. Obviously I have quite a few study with me's on my channel. I've been filming them for the last few days, things like that. But there are so... Why is it when I start to film, everybody comes upstairs, the hairdryer goes on, the hoover goes on, the dog starts breathing heavily? Like, I just don't understand. I'm sorry, okay? Like, it's honestly, this house is too small and everybody just makes noise when I'm filming. It's never at any other point in the day. It's either when I'm revising or when I'm filming, there's noise. So I'm sorry. Anyway, where was I? Above the hairdryer. Just gonna have to deal with that noise in the background, like there's nothing I can do. But study with me's are so motivating. I really like study with me's to a point. So I mean, if I'm feeling like really bleh, then I'll watch one of those because it will kind of guilt me into revising in a way. I don't think they're a healthy thing to like base your expectations on. So there are some study with me's on YouTube that are like 14 out, like no. it's just not realistic. Like, some people, good for them, they can do 14 hours. I personally can do 14 hours of studying over 2 days if I'm pushing it at a push. Like, some people only want to do 5 hours a day. Like, don't base your expectations to study off them, but if they help you to get motivated to revise, definitely watch them. So many of you have said that mine have really been getting you up out of bed to revise, and that was the aim of them. I say they're a huge source of motivation, and they can also give you really good revision tips, so definitely watch Study With Me. Next one is take a break. Honestly, this can be the biggest motivator. So I am so behind on what I want to do for my mocks. Like, I'm so behind. I don't think I'm basically not feeling prepared for my mocks at all this year. I'm really dreading them. I don't think I'm going to get good grades, which is really annoying because, you know, like, I've always got the top grades, and for once I'm going to have to deal with the fact that I just don't have time. I just don't have time. With Oxford, with review, with everything that was going on in December, I really couldn't start revising until the holidays. And also, I'm so tired, even though I've literally been doing no schoolwork. Like, I'm just tired. I don't know what's wrong with me, but it happens. Everyone has their down points. And really, considering how little work I've done in the term leading up to Christmas, I really should be working so hard over Christmas. And obviously I have done 6 solid days of, like, getting stuff done, but I think that taking a break is the best thing you can do. I today just thought, you know what, I am just going to take the middle of the day for a break. Honestly, I might do some stuff this evening, and I did some stuff this morning, but I'm just not in the mindset to take things in, and that can be such a big motivator. If you just take a day for yourself or an hour for yourself, rather than trying to force yourself to do something, that can really push you to go the extra mile. Whereas if you keep going and keep going, your motivation will dwindle because you're like, what is the point? I'm not getting anything from this. So if you're feeling really demotivated, I'm not saying that don't do anything. Like, if you haven't done any work because you're demotivated, don't keep saying, oh well, I'll take a break. A break needs to come from work. So if you've been working hard, then you deserve a break. So yeah, I definitely say breaks are a really good motivator. And the last thing for motivation, and this is my holy grail let me just go and shut my mom's door because, oh my god, like, I literally can't. I can't. Oh, okay, so now I've been told off by my family for being annoyed at them hair drying. I'm back and I'm going to carry on with this video. Hopefully you can't hear it as much now. So now we are on to-do lists. I am a to-do list sucker. Everything I do is on a to-do list. They are the most motivating things, but they can be dangerous because if you're like me, you'll literally put on your to-do list, brush hair, and you'll tick it off and you'll be like, wow, I have been so productive today. I've ticked off 12 out of the 15 things on my list, and those 12 things are tiny things, and the 3 things you haven't ticked off are the things you actually need to do. That's where they can be dangerous. But that being said, if you are in a real rut, maybe putting little things on a to-do list could really help you. Sometimes I start with the smaller things on my to-do list, and as I'm gaining momentum, I'm ticking more things off. You want to power through and you want to finish it. Like, I think they're so motivating. It's just a case of using them correctly and accepting that you're never ever going to finish everything on your to-do list. Like, and if you're like me and you make an ambitious to-do list, and everyone's always over ambitious, you have to move things to the next day, and that's okay as long as you get them done at some point. There's things on my to-do list that have been on my to-do list for like a week, but they'll get done because I know that they need to get done. They're so motivating. As long as you use to-do lists properly, I think that they're so useful. Give this video a big thumbs up if you want a whole video on to-do lists, because I feel like I could make a whole video on how to do a good to-do list. Now on to stress. I am not stressed at the moment. I should be. I'm more so panicked. I've kind of accepted my fate. But I am no stranger to stress. I have been in some very high stress situations. I kind of live my life in a perpetual state of stress, and that's okay because everyone gets stressed sometimes, but because I get stressed a lot and I have a very high stress environment in which I live and work and whatever, I am no stranger to it, and that means I've got a lot of stress mechanisms to help you out. First one I'd like to point out, you are not a machine. Nobody is a machine. No study YouTuber that you watch is as productive as they look on their channel. Even I get comments like, how do you do it? How are you so motivated? Yes, I work, but I also sit and binge watch TV. I sit and do nothing. I waste hours on my phone. Every study YouTuber is like that. Well, most of them. And the ones that look like they are so productive, yeah, they are productive, but like they have downtime too. They're not constantly working. They have stress, they have breakdowns. You are a normal human being and you need to remember that. YouTube is dangerous sometimes because we can edit out the stress, we can edit out the rubbish. And that's why I made a video today, because if I just didn't upload a study with me, like, you're going to think, oh, she was just out doing something exciting. No, I wasn't. I've just sat and eaten rubbish food and watched rubbish TV when I really should be revising for my exams that are in like 3 weeks. But I'm not. So here we are. My next tip is comparison. This is the stealer of all joy. I am the worst for comparison. I am constantly comparing myself to other people. And actually, for the first time in the last 2 months, I've just stopped caring. And it's really helped me to the point where this holiday season, this time last year, I remember like seeing my friends like snapping their revision, and honestly it sent me into a frenzy. Like, I'd constantly be thinking, what is one of my friends doing? Because I am in a very high study environment, all my friends get really good grades, and I used to remember constantly thinking like, I wonder how many hours they've done today. And it's just dawned on me that this holiday I have not thought about it once, and that is so helpful for my stress levels, because you need to focus on yourself. Because I could do 7 hours and my friend could do 12, and their 12 hours could be equivalent to my 7. You can never quantify it, you can't measure it. So stop comparing yourself to other people in your life, and also stop comparing yourself to study YouTubers. This is the one that I want to stress so much, because it's dangerous. It's not healthy to expect to be like a study YouTuber, because for one, study YouTubers like me, hello, may revise a lot, but we also cut out the bits in our revision sessions where we just sit staring at the wall for 10 minutes, cut out the bits where we go to the toilet and end up spending an hour on our phones. They cut out those bits. Like, it's a perfect version of study. No one is perfect. No one has 100% motivation all of the time. No one feels prepared for their exams. Let me tell you, I am so unprepared. It is a joke, and yet I am still organising plans to go out and do stuff that's not revision. So like, don't worry about it, and don't compare yourself, and set yourself goals. Don't try and beat other people, because it will just end up making you more stressed. Next one is breaks. I know I've already mentioned this for motivation, but if you are feeling overwhelmed and things are getting on top of you, there is literally 0 point in you trying to revise. Like, it's just not going to happen. If your brain is starting to really think about things too much, you need to take a step back, stop for a sec, and be like, okay, 10-minute break, hour break, day break. You need to measure your stress and give you a break. I was feeling this morning that I could try and sit here all day and revise, but I'm going to get stressed because nothing's going in. So I thought, you know what, why not just take this day to be productive in other ways? So tidy out my room, film a video, go see a film with my family, you know. So I think breaks are a key way to stopping stress. But a lot of people who are not stressed because their life is one long break. So if you need to get stuff done, you have to measure up the amount of stuff you have to do versus the amount of stress you have, and come up with a break formula. Next one is talking to people. If you are stressed, don't bottle it up. Tell people you're stressed, and yeah, it may be annoying for them. Go on the student room. Okay, maybe don't, but like, go on the student room if you need to, and just talk to other people who are in the same situation. In the comment section, express your stress, talk to people. It doesn't have to be family and friends, like it can be, but you know, talk to your dog, talk to the wall, just let it out, let people know, or write down like what is worrying you, like what you're stressed about, and then they can help you to think of concrete ways to sort that. So for example, right now, my biggest stress is my American literature paper, because I don't know what's going on in A Farewell to Arms. I don't know the context. I'm really bad at unseen passages, and I just have never felt less prepared for an exam in my life. So rather than me getting really stressed about it, I've made a to-do list of everything that I probably should do to increase my chances of not bombing that exam, and that is a good way to combat your stress. You get the problem, you talk to someone about it, and together you solve it. It works! My next one is to let it out. So for me, my number one way of de-stressing is like music. So I will just sit and put a soundtrack on, bop to it, dance to it, sing all the way through, like Mamma Mia or Hairspray or Now the Great Showman or Pitch Perfect, and I will just sit and I will bop and I will jam, and that will help me get out the stress, like the nervous energy. For you, it might be swimming, it might be going for a walk, it might be playing darts, it might be watching TV. Find what it is that helps you channel nervous energy, and whenever you're feeling stressed, do it, and do it intensely. So like sing and dance your heart out, play the piano till your fingers hurt, like get it out. It's a good way to channel your productivity into something else whilst also letting out your nervous energy. Next one is perspective. This is the dangerous one, and the one that I have none of, is to try and see your current situation in perspective of not only like your brain but also your life. So for example, if you've got your GCSEs coming up and you feel like there's just so many subjects and it's never going to end, remember that the period that you're going to be revising is 6 months of your life. Do the maths and figure out how much of your actual life that is. Or if it's on a smaller scale, if you feel like your friends are doing hours and hours and hours and hours and you've done none, literally sit down and write down how much you have done, like if you want to do that, and try and see like in the grand scheme of things how much that actually is. Or if you feel like you are never going to learn all of the quotes that you need to learn, like remember that no one is perfect, nobody knows all of the quotes. Look at some past example questions and see how many quotes they've used. That will help you put it in perspective and stop you from overthinking how much you actually need to do to get the grade. Like I am the worst for this. I think that my essays need to be polished, perfect. They don't, because your teachers are often a lot more harsh than the examiners, and you often make it up in your head that you need to do a lot more than you actually need to do. So perspective is key. And the last one, and this is more to myself than to you guys, but it's very important, is to take care of yourself. When I am in revision mode, which is not a good mode for me, I literally shut down everything else. I like don't ever put makeup on. I like wear lounge clothes all day, or like PJs, and like I just don't look after myself. I don't do my eyebrows, I don't, like as you can tell, I don't brush my hair, I don't just do basic stuff that you need to do because I'm so focused on revision, and I like just sit in the house. And so sometimes it's just so important to just take some time, have a bath, do your nails, do your hair, like do a face mask, go out with your friends, get all glammed up. I'm so bad for that. Like I haven't done a full face of makeup in ages because I'm so worried that it's gonna, like, it's a waste of time. It's not a waste of time if it's making you feel good. Like take some time for yourself and make sure you're keeping up your, I mean nobody does this, but like your personal hygiene if you're struggling with that, or like get dressed every day, you know. Don't let yourself slip into this hole because it actually makes you feel worse, because you stop feeling like a human, and you stop feeling like your life has got like purpose and direction because you're just sat at home and you're doing revision. So, you know, get dressed up, go out, see friends, take care of yourself is so important, and I think that's a key for removing stress. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a big thumbs up and comment down below any worries you have, and you can all help each other in the comments, and we can help everybody to solve their stress, and comment requests down below as well. I do hope you enjoyed, and I will see you tomorrow. Yes, I pray with another study with me. Bye! Mwah.